Continuing to use both engines to control their boat in this big wind and these waves is helping Gary Parsons, Chase Parsons, and Chris Meyer to keep as steady of a foothold as possible as they use a combination of structure scan, sonar, GPS, and as an alternative to downriggers, lead core line to troll deep structure where they're finding and marking walleyes.
Well, there's one. He just whacked it too. I'm turning my head and the rod just goes boom.
Hand it off to you here, Chris, since you're up there. I'll let you do the balancing act.
Seems like you're going up and down.
Yeah, hey, that's the truth.
Talk about rough.
Rough and fun, baby. This is how we roll. Woo!
You got some balance going on back there, Chris.
Yeah, he's gonna
Bring him on. I see him.
There he is. There he is.
Yeah!
Oh,
Good fish!
Yeah,
no, we roll.
I want to kick you in.
Yeah, tie me down.
Yeah.
We need to put some stirrups back here.
Oh man, look at this fish here, guys.
Wow.
You know, not the longest fish, but nice and fat.
He's a nice fat one.
He had a little
he
bit
just
of,
pile drive that
He had a
bait,
little bit of leverage on you, I think. He was fighting when he got close to the boat there.
Yeah.
So, but good fish for Lake of the Woods right there. Let's get him back though. See if we can catch some bigger ones, huh?
I hear you.
Right.
I hear you.
There he goes.
Even though Gary, Chase, and Chris are obviously after bigger walleyes on this big water, some of these Lake of the Woods fish have an attitude that greatly overshadows their actual size.
Crankbait's bigger than the fish.
But in all seriousness, by adapting their technique, by letting the waves do some of the work for them, and undulating an overall secondary action on the flicker shads, besides the ongoing balancing act.
Yeehaw! Look at these ones coming here.
Wow.
That's just insane.
Yeah, this is getting sick.
No one is upset that these fish are bent on keeping them on top of their rod
I think
tips.
you got the award for the smallest.
Oh, come on.
Because as hard as they're hitting,
That would be a good one for a walleye sandwich.
I always got a fillet knife with.
Yeah, you're from Minnesota. Of course you brought a knife with you.
You're lucky I'm from Wisconsin.
any one of these bends could be exactly the kind of fish they're hoping to call up off deep structure in both attitude and size.
There's a net chase.
Okay.
Maybe a little bigger.
Now it's feeling a little bit
Yeah, a
bigger,
little bit of a head shake there. Might have just got caught in a surge.
Yeah.
Here he comes.
Here he comes. He's a decent fish.
Perfect.
He's a decent one.
Yeah. He
He'll
is.
do.
I'll let you young nimble guys do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you better.
Not bad. Look at the woods fish.
Little fatty.
Little.
I tell you, they're in good shape here.
They really are.
Yeah, definitely healthy fish. They pull.
Yeah.
They pull pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite hard for as rough and surgy as it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're the only boat on the lake catching fish. That's a fact.
That's because we're the only ones on the lake.
Yeah, I think so.
Real Deal. Real fishing information from real fishing experts. Presented by Amsoil.
We're back in the river now. On our way out this morning, we noticed that there were a bunch of sturgeon surfacing and jumping in the water. So we thought, well, let's come back in and see if we can find one on the sonar, and we did. So we've stopped the sonar. What we can do with structure scan is actually scroll back 2.5 pages of sonar, and there sits our sturgeon. Now, we can actually measure that fish and tell within an inch how long that fish is. All we have to do is move the cursor to the start of the fish, hit menu, go to measure distance, move the cursor up the length of that fish, and we get 4.8 feet. So that's almost a 60-inch sturgeon that's up here in the Rainier River, which it's known for a big sturgeon. You can do the same thing for walleyes, trees. Another cool feature is we can mark that fish with a waypoint. So all we do is scroll our cursor over the top of it, hit waypoint twice, and that's going to put that waypoint on our chart plotter. You're able to, when you're in your chart plotter page, you can drive back to that fish And if you're walleye fishing, you can rig them. If you're pulling cranks, you know if it's 80 feet off to the left, you can loop back around 80 feet to the left of the trail. You'll see that waypoint, pull your cranks right through them and catch the fish. And that's what we've been doing out here on Lake of the Woods.